Good morning viewers, मैं जमानी की थान और अपनी गन सब के Nltv Goodmorning Nagaland दे स्वागत करे से अभी दिया Bible verse हो Lamentations chapter 3 verse 22 to 23. Because of the Lord's great love, we are not consumed, for His compassions never fail. They are new every morning. It thought of the days so. No matter what happened yesterday, mistakes, regrets, or ban, today is a fresh start. God's mercy is not used up, it renews like the sunrise. His love reaches you right where you are every single morning. We reach it as a Kurosawa. Ida do open my heart like a poem sawa.
Cleanse My Heart by Christina Jo Holmes. Lord, purge the temple of my heart from all that you despise, from idols, greed, and selfish pride that grieve your holy eyes. As once you purged the temple courts to cleanse your house of prayer, please cleanse my heart so only you will be exalted there. Cast out the sins I love, I pray, the sins I do not see, the sins I cannot seem to shake. Come do your work in me. Drive out whatever takes your place, what isn't pure and true. Remove distractions and reveal the things that sadden you. Then fill my heart with love and peace, with righteousness and light. And by your Spirit's work within, make Scripture my delight. Lord, in this temple of my heart, I'll worship you alone. For you have died to set me free. My heart will be your throne.
Viewers, ida do healthy deep sawa.
What is goiter? Goiter refers to the abnormal enlargement of the thyroid gland, which is located in the neck. It is often visible as a swelling in the front of the neck. Goiter can occur due to various reasons, most commonly iodine deficiency. The thyroid is a small butterfly-shaped gland at the base of your neck that produces hormones important for metabolism, growth, and body function. Types of goiter. Diffuse goiter. Whole gland is enlarged. Nodular goiter. One or more lumps present. Toxic goiter. Overproducing thyroid hormones. Non-toxic goiter. Normal thyroid hormone levels. Causes of goiter. Iodine deficiency. Iodine is essential for the production of thyroid hormones. A deficiency can lead to goiter as the thyroid enlarges to compensate for reduced hormone production. This is more common in areas where iodine intake from food and water is inadequate. Graves' disease, an autoimmune condition where the immune system stimulates the thyroid gland, causing it to enlarge and produce excess thyroid hormone. Hyperthyroidism. Hashimoto's thyroiditis, an autoimmune disorder that damages the thyroid, often leading to an underactive thyroid. Hypothyroidism, accompanied by an enlarged gland. Multinodular goiter. The thyroid develops multiple nodules, which can cause the gland to enlarge. Thyroid cancer. Although rare, a tumor in the thyroid gland may cause swelling. Genetic factors. Some people may be genetically predisposed to thyroid issues. Inflammation. Conditions such as thyroiditis, inflammation of the thyroid can lead to swelling. Excessive iodine. In some cases, too much iodine can also cause goiter. Symptoms of goiter. Visible swelling in the neck. Tightness or discomfort in the throat. Difficulty swallowing or breathing in severe cases. Symptoms related to thyroid dysfunction such as fatigue, weight changes, and sensitivity to cold. In hypothyroidism, nervousness, weight loss, and increased heart rate. In hyperthyroidism, how is goiter diagnosed? Your healthcare provider usually diagnoses goiter when they perform a physical examination and feel that you have an enlarged thyroid. However, the presence of a goiter indicates that there's an issue with your thyroid gland. They'll need to figure out what the issue is. Your provider can use several tests to diagnose and evaluate goiter, including the following. Physical exam. Your provider may be able to tell if your thyroid gland is enlarged by feeling your neck area for nodules and signs of tenderness. Thyroid blood test. This blood test measures thyroid hormone levels, which reveal if your thyroid is working properly. Antibody test. This blood test looks for certain antibodies that are produced in some forms of goiter. An antibody is a protein made by white blood cells. Antibodies help defend against invaders, for example viruses, that cause disease or infections in your body. Thyroid ultrasound. Ultrasound is a procedure that sends off high-frequency sound waves through body tissues. The echoes are recorded and transformed into videos or photos. Your provider can see your thyroid to check its size and if it has nodules. Biopsy. A biopsy is the removal of a sample of tissue or cells to be studied in a laboratory. You may need a thyroid biopsy if there are large nodules in your thyroid gland. A biopsy is taken to rule out cancer. Thyroid uptake and scan. This imaging test provides information on the size and functions of your thyroid. In this test, a small amount of radioactive material is injected into a vein to produce an image of your thyroid on a computer screen. Providers don't order this test very often since it's only useful in certain circumstances. CT scans or MRI, magnetic resonance imaging. If the goiter is very large or spreads into your chest, a CT scan or MRI is used to measure the size and spread of the goiter. Who does goiter affect? Anyone can have a goiter, but it's about 4 times more likely to develop in females compared to males. Your risk of developing goiter can increase as you age. They are more common after age 40. People who have any of the following conditions may also be more likely to develop goiter: obesity, insulin resistance, and metabolic syndrome. You are also at greater risk for developing goiter if your head and neck has been exposed to radiation for medical treatments and if you have a family history of thyroid disease. Treatment. The treatment of goiter depends on its cause. Iodine supplementation. In case of iodine deficiency, increasing iodine intake through iodized salt or supplements. Medications. To manage hyperthyroidism or hypothyroidism, levothyroxine is a thyroid hormone replacement therapy. Your provider will likely prescribe it if the cause of the goiter is an underactive thyroid, hypothyroidism. Other medications are prescribed if the cause of the goiter is an overactive thyroid, hyperthyroidism. Radioactive iodine therapy, used in cases of hyperthyroidism to shrink the thyroid gland. This treatment, used in cases of an overactive thyroid gland, involves taking radioactive iodine orally. The iodine goes to your thyroid gland and kills thyroid cells, which shrinks the gland. After radioactive iodine treatment, you'll likely need to take the thyroid hormone replacement therapy for the rest of your life. Surgery. In severe cases where the goiter causes significant discomfort, difficulty breathing, or is suspected to be cancerous, your provider may recommend surgery to remove all part of your thyroid gland, thyroidectomy. You may need surgery if the goiter is large and causes problem with breathing and swallowing. Prevention. Ensure adequate iodine intake through diet. Example, iodized salt, seafood, dairy. Regular checkups, especially in regions prone to iodine deficiency. Early treatment of thyroid conditions to prevent complications. Goiter is usually treatable and often not life-threatening. Early diagnosis and appropriate
Arabi Barnable Laga Healthy Dip Sawa.
No. Benefits of pineapple. Pineapple is a tropical fruit known for its iconic shape, a spear of sweet and juicy flesh surrounded by a tough, segmented skin, with a tuft of spiky green leaves on top. The fruit is actually a collection of flowers, each with its own eye that is fused around the central core, which takes a staggering 3 years to mature. Pineapple is a significant and commercially grown fruit in Nagaland, with high-quality produce that is increasingly gaining recognition. The state is known for cultivating the Queen and Q varieties, with the latter often used as raw materials for food processing industries. Nagaland's unique soil and climate contribute to the excellent quality of its pineapples, particularly their high juice content, low fiber, and sweetness. The benefits of pineapple may include source of antioxidants, longer-lasting antioxidant protection, useful source of fiber, may aid digestion, may support iron absorption, may support healing after injury, may help relieve the symptoms of arthritis, may support immunity, may support the cardiovascular system, and may support anti-inflammatory bowel conditions. Let's learn about the top 10 health benefits of pineapple. Source of protective antioxidants. Pineapple are a useful source of protective plant compounds, especially flavonoids known as antioxidants. Consuming these on a regular basis may reduce your risk of developing certain chronic health conditions, including heart disease, diabetes, and cancer. Longer-lasting antioxidants protection. Obtaining protective plant compounds, antioxidants, from food like pineapple They are also a rich source of insoluble fiber. Appears to prolong the protective effect of compounds like flavonoids. Useful source of fiber. Being rich in fiber, fruit like pineapple may help support a healthy digestive system and improve the diversity and health of the community of beneficial microbes that reside in your gut, known as your gut microbiota. May aid digestion. Pineapple contains an enzyme known as bromelain. This breaks down the proteins in food into their smaller building blocks of amino acids and peptides, and is active in both the acid environment of the stomach and the alkaline conditions of the small intestine. It is the bromelain content that makes pineapple a useful digestive aid for those who don't break down their food properly, especially for those with pancreatic insufficiency, a condition in which the pancreas fails to produce enough digestive enzymes. These properties make fresh flesh and juice of pineapple a useful tenderizer for meat or fish. May support iron absorption. Pineapple is a useful source of vitamin C. Pineapple is a useful source of vitamin C, with the canned fruit being especially rich. One interesting study suggested that consumption of canned pineapple over a 9-week period appeared to improve the hemoglobin levels of both underweight and normal weight subjects. Hemoglobin is an iron-containing protein and is where 2/3 of the body's iron is found. It is a major component of red blood cells and plays an important role in transporting oxygen around the body. The mechanism behind pineapple's benefit is thought to be the actions of vitamin C in improving iron absorption. May promote healing after injury. A number of studies suggested the bromelain helps reduce inflammation, swelling, and bruising after injury or surgery. It can even be useful in attacks before dental surgery, when it appears to help reduce pain and provide as much relief as anti-inflammatory medication. May help relieve the symptoms of arthritis. Numerous studies dating back as far as the 1960s have demonstrated how useful bromelain can be in the relief of the inflammatory pain associated with arthritis. It appears to have this analgesic action through a direct influence on the chemical mediators that are involved in our prescriptions of pain. May support immunity. A 9-week study of school children who ate either a moderate amount of canned pineapple, 140 grams, or a large amount, 280 grams, every day had a significantly lower risk of catching a viral or bacterial infection than those who ate none. In addition to this, those who ate the higher amount had 4 times the numbers of infection fighting with immune cells. May support the cardiovascular system. Once again, it is bromelain that appears to have value to the heart and circulatory system through its action on preventing or minimizing the severity of attacks of angina and transient ischemic attack. It's also thought that bromelain may break down cholesterol plaques responsible for hindering arteries and potentially leading to a condition called atherosclerosis. May be supportive for inflammatory bowel condition. Although research into the anti-inflammatory effects of bromelain on alleviating the symptoms of inflammatory bowel conditions look promising. In Nagaland, pineapple harvesting typically occurs in 2 main periods: summer, June to August, and winter, December to January. These periods are influenced by the planting time and the weather conditions that promote ripening. Some farmers also extend the harvest into September and October. The main season for pineapple harvesting in India, including Nagaland.
Viewers, that will cut the break law, so I think we Nltv. Welcome back, viewers. Nltv Goodmorning Nagaland. Do itiado dunya laka wonders Munnar laka sawa.
Munnar, the hill station of South India. Munnar is a tranquil hill station nestled in the hills of Idukki district in Kerala. Munnar, one of most popular tourist hill station of South India, is a romantic locality where natural beauty is everywhere to visit, explore, and to enjoy. Munnar is situated at the confluence of three mountain streams, as the word Munnar means three rivers in Malayalam. Exotic holidays facilities, winding lanes, tea plantations spread over stretches, and picturesque town make it a popular resort destination during the holidays. Located in the mountain ranges of Western Ghat, this place is now divided into two parts: Old Munnar, where the tourism office is located, and Munnar West, where guest house and transport facilities such as bus station are located. This hill station was once the summer resort of the Ilsville British government in South India. Sprawling tea plantations, picturesque town, winding lanes, and holiday facilities make this a popular resort town. Among the exotic flora found in the forest and grassland is the Nilakkurinji. This flower beds the hill in blue once in every 12 years. Munnar also has the highest peak in South India, Anamudi, which towers over 2,695 meters. Anamudi is an ideal spot for trekking. Munnar is one of the most popular tourist destinations in Kerala, with around 12 lakh tourists visiting it annually. Let us now explore some of the options in and around Munnar that would provide travelers ample opportunities to enjoy the captivating hill station of Munnar. Iravikulam National Park. One of the main attractions near Munnar is the Iravikulam National Park. This park is famous for its endangered inhabitat, the Nilgiri tahr, squared over an area of 97 square kilometers. This park is also home to several species of rare butterflies, animals, and birds. A great place of trekking, the park offers a magnificent view of the tea plantations. The park becomes a hot destination when the hill slope here get covered in a carpet of blue resulting from the flowering of Nilakkurinji. It is a plant endemic to this part of Western Ghats, which blooms over in 12 years. Anamudi Peak. Located inside the Iravikulam National Park is the Anamudi Peak. This is the highest peak in South India, standing at a height of over 2,700 meters. Treks to the peak are allowed with permission from the Forest and Wildlife Authorities at Iravikulam. Matupeti. Another prime draw for visitors, located about 13 kilometers from Munnar town, is Matupeti. Situated at a height of 1,700 meters above sea level, Madhubedi is known for its storage masonry dam and the beautiful lake, which offers pleasurable boat ride, enabling one to enjoy surrounding hills and landscape. Madhubedi's fame is also attributed to the dairy farm run by the Indo-Swiss Livestock Project, which one can encounter different high-yielding breed of cows. Palivasal. Palivasal, located at about 3 km from Chittirampuram in Munnar, is the venue of the first hydroelectric project in Kerala. It is a place of immense scenic beauty and is often favored by visitors as a picnic spot. Chinnakanal and Anayirangal. Near Munnar town lies Chinnakanal and its waterfall, popularly known as the Powerhouse Waterfalls, which cascade down a steep rock 2,000 meters above sea level. The spot is enriched with a scenic view of the Western Ghat ranges. When you have traveled from 7 kilometers from Chinnakanal, you reach Anayirangal. Anayirangal, 32 km from Munnar, is a lush green carpet of tea plants. A trip on the splendid reservoir is an unforgettable experience. The Anayirangal Dam is surrounded by tea plantations and evergreen forests. Top Station. Top Station, which is about 32 km from Munnar, is at a height of 1,700 meters above sea level. It is the highest point on the Munnar-Kodaikanal road. Travelers to Munnar make it a point to visit Top Station to enjoy the panoramic view it offers at the neighboring state of Tamil Nadu. It is among the prime spots in Munnar to enjoy the Nila Kirinju flower blooming over a vast area. Tea Museum. Munnar has a legacy of its own when it comes to the origin and evolution of tea plantation. Taking account of its legacy and to preserve and showcase some of its exquisite and interesting aspects of the genesis and growth of tea plantation in Kerala's high ranges, a museum exclusively for tea was opened some years ago by Tata Tea in Munnar. This tea museum houses artifacts, photographs, and machinery, all of which have a story to tell about the origins and growth of tea plantation in Munnar. The museum is located at the Nalatani estate of Tata Tea in Munnar and is worth a visit. Meanwhile, the Kerala government is set to make a declaration by December 2025 as part of an attempt to rebrand the hill station as a responsible and resilient tourism destination. Prior to the declaration, the state government, under the banner of the Responsible Tourism Mission, will undertake a slew of sustainable tourism practices at the destination, including making it women-friendly. The state government has sanctioned ₹50 lakh to undertake various branding programs ahead of the declaration. The Responsible Tourism Destination tag is expected to enhance its popularity on a global tourism platform, attracting more tourists to the state. It is also imperative to develop Munnar as a net zero.
Viewers, that's our Nagaland weather report cancel. Beren, maximum 27 degrees Celsius to minimum 22 degrees Celsius. Dimapur, maximum 33 degrees Celsius to minimum 26 degrees Celsius. Kohima, maximum 24 degrees Celsius to minimum 19 degrees Celsius. Peak, maximum 25 degrees Celsius to minimum 19 degrees Celsius. Wokha, maximum 31 degrees Celsius to minimum 25 degrees Celsius. Zunabado, maximum 22 degrees Celsius to minimum 18 degrees Celsius. Kifiri, maximum 26 degrees Celsius to minimum 22 degrees Celsius. Mogokchung, maximum 27 degrees Celsius to minimum 22 degrees Celsius. Dunsang, maximum 21 degrees Celsius to minimum 17 degrees Celsius. Mon, maximum 26 degrees Celsius to minimum 22 degrees Celsius. Longlen, maximum 22 degrees Celsius to minimum 18 degrees Celsius. Noglak, maximum 21 degrees Celsius to minimum 17 degrees Celsius. Ajila, good morning. Nagaland doan thagishe. Dunish na news or updates kan by thagiule. Apni kan side thagibe.